السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وارنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وارنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. Amen. Last week we have started studying the section Araf. Has many meanings. Araf comes from the original word Ayn, Ra, and Fa. But it has various meanings. Urf is one's acknowledging something from within, not as an information, from within acknowledgement. Araf, the plural form of Urf. That's why we translated, or I have chosen the translation of Al-Araf as cognizant, aware of what is going on, knows really from within. That is important, not as an information obtained from outside. So this section is a long section, the longest section of the Meccan revelation. So we have to be patient with it. It may take, I'm expecting more than 6 months, if not 1 year. But of course, we will go through a very interesting journey. It will seem to be talking about various subjects, but really as if the long paragraphs are following each other, building up some sort of human reality, what we are and what our responsibilities are and what the reality of the creation is, and especially how we are going to communicate with our Creator. We have to bear in mind and get ready for it, inshallah. So we studied last week up to verse 3. Let's start from here if you don't have any concerns or questions, comments. I will start reading the verse 3, translation of it. Follow what has been sent down to you from your Lord. Don't follow other masters beside him. How little you remember, or how little you reflect. This dhikr has various grades of meaning: remembering, mentioning, reflecting. So we have to get all the meanings together. It is the principle of the commentators on the Quran, is that if the grammatic side of the language of the Quran allows to have any meaning, then this meaning is meant to be understood. So all comprehensive. Some people emphasizes, for example, for the word dhakara or dhakkara, another form of dhakara, same original root word. You can say remember, you can say reflect, you can say mention the truth, reality. It depends on what your interest area is. Is it arbitrary? Yes, as long as it's no, not arbitrary. It's a lot. As long as the meaning you have chosen does not contradict the context of the immediate verse and around the verse, related beginning, earlier verses, afterwards, context of the paragraph. And this is even much more important, we have to be very careful. The purpose, it should not contradict the purpose of the Quran, what the Quran is teaching to us. So we have to be very careful. You cannot interpret any word, even it is the meaning is included in it, which contradicts the purpose of the teachings of the Quran. Why we are not allowed to do that, and we shouldn't do it? Of course, you can do it, but you just harm yourself, your own understanding. You mislead yourself. So everybody can do anything. They can deny, they can confirm, they can twist the meaning, but responsibility remains on the person who does it. Why we shouldn't interpret any word or any verse of the Quran or phrases used in the Quran contrary, in contradiction to the purpose of the Quran, purposes of the Quran. It has many purposes. Because we cannot interpret any text against the intention of the whole purpose of the book. The author intended to write something. You cannot read, for example, biology books and interpret the sentence there according to physics. You cannot do that. But if you do it, it would be a wrong attitude and understanding. So that is up to you. So how about this word, risale-i has been down to you. So it follow what has been down to you. So nuzul is, again, we have to, another principle. We have to be very careful while we are understanding the words of the Quran, verbs of the Quran, as it is the verb or the word is used in the Quran in various contexts. It definitely has these meanings in it. For example, Enzenail used here for revelation, the Quran, angels coming down, rains coming down, mercy of God coming down. We can say, for example, in this verse, ittabi'u ma unzila ilaykum min rabbikum, your Lord, from your Lord. Whatever is revealed to you, sent down to you, follow it. Okay, that is what the verse says at the first stage. So we have to question what is sent down is meant here. Revelation, yes. Angels, it means angelic side of the creation, yes. Acts of the creation, yes, because the acts of the creation, which is the universe, is called what is tanazzulat ilahi. What does it mean, tanazzulat ilahiya? What does it mean? God's descending down to the level of human beings and revealing himself through his actions, which are limited because Human beings cannot comprehend the absolute, limitless. Also, the creation of the universe is also nuzul. And revelation, of course, is coming down. The mercy of God is coming down. What does it mean? The mercy of God is absolute, and all the names of God are absolute, but they come down into a form of, and into a limited form, which is the universe, created transient form, which is the universe. We have to understand all of them at the same time. So when we say it is the revelation, first of all, the book, which is mentioned in verse 2, refers to two things in the Quran. The revelation, which is called the Quran, and also kitab is what is created in a written form. Then you can read and interpret it, understand it, because the universe is comprehensible. It is from the Creator. Quran is from the Creator. The Quran is the speech of God with no causal veil, whereas, don't confuse the Quran with Mus'haf, the book, physical book. No, speech of God has no causal veil. It means nothing that we can see as the cause of it within the universe. Cause of the speech of God within the universe, we cannot see any cause at all. No one can show it and see it because it is not created. Cause of the revelation of the Quran is not created. Now, but the revelation of the creation in the form of kitab is presented to us in the form of causal relationship. That's why we say universe is in its created form. I am seeing it, whereas Quran as the speech of God is not in its created form. What is the significance of it? The scholars greatly emphasized on this matter, talked enormous volumes of volumes. Well, I haven't read, impossible to read all of them, so many. But in general, they concluded, as they discussed about it, they concluded that the speech of God cannot be created. Why? It is coming, the manifestation of the knowledge of God, infinite knowledge of God, manifestation of the infinite knowledge of God, and addresses all human beings at every time in their every moment. It must be absolute. Musaf is limited. My understanding of the speech of God is limited with my capacity. So I shouldn't confuse that. And when I hear the speech of God through the mouth of any creature, it is limited. Why? The voice is limited. Written form is limited. Voice is limited. When I write it, it is limited within the letters. But the knowledge in the Quran is infinite. Now, even let's compare it with the creation, the word, because uh, it is not very commonly known. The problem is this: why the Muslim scholars spend so great time on it and energy. First of all, of course, we have to remember, at first, when you start dealing with a subject, it is completely alien to you. You have to speculate, start from there, here, maybe this, maybe that, etc., and continue arguing from one aspect, from another aspect, one group of scholars, another group of scholars, uh, interacting with each other, exchanging views with each other, opposing to each other, etc., etc. At the end, of course, the matter becomes clear, but it takes a few centuries. It's not easy, such a subject, because this Islamic theology is called kalam. It means the speech. Why? I mean, literal meaning is speech. Otherwise, it is Islamic theology. It became the title of a discipline in the Islamic literature, Muslim literature. But why is it called kalam? Because all these discussions started from how do we define the Quran in its entirety? Not necessarily in its essence. It is impossible to define essence of anything, but how do we understand that? The importance of it, because of the Christian theology, very widely spread in the world, sees Jesus as the kalima, the speech, the word of God. What is the difference? Is it the same? What does it mean? Etc., etc. So the body of they concluded, body of Jesus is mushaf form, spoken form of the Quran. But the message that Jesus received from the Creator is speech of God, absolute. Christianity cannot make this distinction because they don't want. Well, not all of them, of course, certain groups. Some people do make the distinction, say that Jesus is not really God or son of God or adopted son of God, etc. Different. No. But he is chosen by God for any reason. Of course, they want to distinguish themselves. I'm not accusing and comparing. Of course, everybody has their own understanding, and they are free to do so. They don't want to say that Jesus was the prophets because their very emergence as Christianity, not Jesus himself. Jesus' religion is not Christianity. Christianity is the form of interpretation of what people understood and how they interpreted. Christianity, the title Christianity was given after certain, maybe century, maybe if not centuries. So original message of Jesus was religion of God or prophet of God. We can say God's messenger. So he spoke to them and they opposed the Christianity, Pauline understanding of the Bible, actually. Christianity didn't want to identify themselves with the Jewish, when children of Israel's religion, Judaism. They don't want to say it prophet, because as soon as they accepted that Jesus was the prophet, what does it mean? One of the prophets of the children of Israel. And so, according to their understanding, it's alarming, and it's a reduction of the level of Jesus to being one of the prophets of this Judaic tradition. Of course, Quran owns all of them because they are the prophet of the same God, employed by the same God. We are very comfortable about it. Everyone, all this Israel prophet or the prophets of the children of Jacob, Jacob. So all of them are coming from Abraham, starting from Prophet Abraham, coming from Abraham's son Ismail, starting from Muhammad and Isaac, Ishaq, and onwards, all the children of Israel, prophets. We are all, of course, now we definitely, they are all in reality the prophets. So they were very careful how to define the kitab, the book, the speech of God, whatever you call it, kalamullah, or wahi, or the Quran, or however you call it, revelation, whatever you call it. So not to confuse the matter as Christianity. When I say Christianity, I don't mean the message, original message that Jesus delivered to people and criticized the Jewish rabbis. That is important because Jewish rabbis are criticized because they interpreted Torah in terms of a certain benefit of certain race, which are called children of Israel, and made it belonging to a certain race, and they cannot have it. No one can really join them. They accept conversion, but very hard. They don't propagate Judaism. That's what it would be a very important mistake. How the Jewish people behave in social life, in personal life, in political life, economic life. We cannot take them as our point of reference because they don't have any intention to propagate Judaism as religion of Moses. They only struggle to impose the superiority of the race of the children of Israel. A kind of racial zealousy. We have to be very careful not to fall into the same mistake by being nationalist, racist, extremely alarmed. This is the pagan tradition according to Quranic teaching. And we have to be careful. Those people don't propagate religion, but propagate people, children of Israel. We shouldn't propagate Muslims. We should defend Islam and spread Islam, not Muslims. We never defend Muslims. Whoever is right, we defend. We are on this side. Muslims, no. There is no such, for example, support in the Quran, propagated in the Quran of Muslims. Believers, definitely yes, but believers is a very general word. Whoever believes in one unique God is the believer. But for example, it is very interesting, time to time, I refer to this fact. Quran encourages giving zakat, giving sadaqah to whom? Not Muslims. No nationalistic attitude. To needy, whoever they are, Muslims, non-Muslims, however they define themselves. Even don't say believers, no. But with one condition, Islam mentions this: not to waste. Of course, Wasting is a very large subject to deal with. It has many, many implications. Wasting what? Of course, in our discussion, thank you, Afshan. In our discussions, we emphasize that first and foremost of the important property we have is our human capacity. We should not waste our human capacity. Therefore, we should not reduce wasting to only throwing food in the trash can. That is definitely included, or unnecessary things you buy for furniture, your clothing, either your shoes or whatever nowadays, wasting your energy, etc., bodily energy. But the Quranic understanding of wasting is mainly related to human qualities. Don't waste your mind, intellect, feelings. But of course, don't waste your bodily energy. That is also included. So I laughed for something. Certain people know why I laughed. Okay, so let's come down. So what is revealed to us, the universe is revelation, the meaning of the universe is revelation, definitely the order of the universe is revelation, mercy of God coming and really serving us. Well, God is serving us. Who cannot say that we are servants? No, let alone slave. I'm very allergic to this word. So human beings are just consumers, using, but with one condition: use your human qualities to acknowledge. What are you consuming? Who provided these commodities or properties, every kind of physical, non-physical properties for you to consume, to use? We are consuming our brain, we are consuming our feelings, we are consuming our the creation out there, or consuming, provided by the creator. That is the word included in the meaning of Rabbah. We will study in the word, this verse 3. So follow what has been sent down to you from your Lord without, for example, take lesson from Revelation, definitely, the first. Take lesson from the way the universe is created, definitely. The order of the universe, definitely. Take lesson from your feelings without corrupting them, diverting them. Be free. How can I not divert myself? How can I not corrupt the creation? How can I not corrupt the revelation? To practice is very difficult. To understand is very easy. How the Quran describes what happened to Torah, it is corrupted. Why? Because rather than accepting the revelation of God in its universality, universal message, just making it a unique revelation, not to human beings all, but only the Jewish race. Now, maybe it was revealed to the Jewish or the children of Israel, Jewish race, but it is the revelation from God in its nature. It must be universalized. You cannot really monopolize it. For example, the Quran is revealed to the prophet who was living within the Arab race. Okay. Is the Quran really signifies or declare that the Arab race is superior, sacred in any way? Never, ever, ever. It is open to every human being. The Torah was like this. What did they do? The rabbis, not all the rabbis, definitely not. Historically, what happened to the Torah is treated by scholars of Jewish scholars. So they are called rabbis. So what they did, this book really was revealed to us, we are superior. If an Arab says, Quran is revealed to us, not to, let's say, African people, not to, I don't know, subcontinent deist people. No, it revealed to us, so we must be privileged in the eyes of God. Quran says, no, you were the worst. That's why we send it to you. You needed to be guided, first of all. So you cannot be proud of it. You can be ashamed of it if you are really attaching importance to race. The Arabian Peninsula was the least civilized tribe or community. Bedouins, no civilization. Other nations, for example, that time, Asia was really the center of science, center of industry of that time, of course. So Arabian people, Arabs, were getting all the, importing the productions from them and selling them some productions that they had. And so the exchange was that. That's why they were always in trade, doing trade with, through nowadays, the Arisham, which is called nowadays, let's say, Syria, around the Syria, the very south border of Roman Empire of that time. So there was a famous city there, which is the center for trading. So they used to buy the productions produced in Asia. And also Romans had some sort of civilization. Jews had some sort of civilization. Arabs had no sort of civilization. So the Quran was revealed to the very bottom of the people and elevated them to the highest level if they followed the Quran. So it has been down to you. Everything has been down to human beings from your Lord. We touched upon the meaning of your Lord, who takes care of everything, treats everybody. If you like, although the Muslim tradition generally doesn't like to use this, the creator of the universe serves you in order to make you feel comfortable in this world, enjoy it, and also by sending the revelation in order to have a peaceful, tranquil feelings as a human being, as human beings. So that is why Lord means taking care of, not the boss that only commands and sits there, waits for service. I don't know what service the creator of the universe needs from human beings. What shall I do? But of course, acknowledgement is different. Acknowledgement is not service. Maybe through acknowledging the one who's serving you, you will feel great within your own human capacity, because if someone really, really helps you immensely, And if you are very grateful and thankful, kind to him, and be humble before him because of his generosity, his very compassionate treatment of you, you feel comfortable saying that at least I could do this. How can I really, if you like, in quote unquote, pay back all the grace I received from this creator? So definitely, if someone offers you a seat, because people, thank God that humanity has not died yet. So when I am on the subway or bus, some gentlemen, some kind ladies, young people, offer me seat. But alhamdulillah, for the moment, thank God, I am healthy enough to stand up and read because they see me standing up and holding the handle on the top and keeping my book reading there. That's my habit. So well, I don't want to waste my time while I am on traveling somewhere on public transportation. Unfortunately, I'm very sorry that I cannot do it while I am driving. That's why I don't like driving. But I'm waiting for those people who serve also me in bodily sense. So this automatic cars, I'm waiting for automatic, I don't know how they are to, it's the drives itself. They are trying this, and they have done really a great job about until now. Developments there. I'm waiting for it, so I'll get the one, inshallah, if I am alive, if they become very commonly used. So sit in the car and read. I cannot stand any moment passes by without reading or deeply reflecting. So when I reflect while I'm driving, everybody is frightened in the car with me because they say, you are not controlling the car. So that is why if somebody gets into my car and he or she can drive, to know you drive, that's the condition to come with me. Okay, everybody, my friends, close friends, know it. Anyway, this is my story. I mean, just maybe pointless, but just came out of my mouth. So Lord means the one who takes care of, serves, provides everything what we need. So we have to acknowledge it. So don't follow any other master. Now, can you imagine? Of course, the other master means awliya. That is an interesting word. Wali means something very close to you. Wali. And takes care of you. For example, in Arabic, wilaya to something, it means, for example, the parents are wali of their kids. Why? They are taking care of, they are serving. So don't take any false wali, thinking that, look, nature is helping me. What is this? Or, I don't know, the trees are helping me. Why? Because they are producing fruit. Now, are they your wali? It means, are they really the creator of the fruits? Or being generous to you as a conscious being, preferring to give you some benefit, provide some benefit to you? What God says, or the message, this message says, please, وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا مِن دُونِهِ أَوْلِيَاءَ. I am giving you, don't say that it is not the creator of the universe is serving me, being generous to me, but the tree, the wood, is serving me. Don't do this mistake. So that I will say, okay, this guy doesn't deserve my generosity anymore. I don't want you to be deprived of my generosity. It is a begging for me, not a command that I have to worship God, but nothing else. He is the boss. I don't see that. But he gave me the feeling, for example, if I am ungrateful to a person, I feel ashamed of myself. That is how I am created. And this person, although he may be generous or kind person, helps one, twice, three times, and he starts saying that this man is very ungrateful and always tells a lie, saying that I gave him this car. He said, I found the car in the parking lot. What? Which kind of human being it is? No one really likes this person. And God says also, don't do that. I give you the sense to understand it. Be truthful, be honest within yourself. You understand that only the creator of the whole universe can be the source of all the beneficial things that you are receiving, your existence, your life, your human qualities, all the things that your body needs, all the things that your intelligence needs, all the things that your feelings need, they are all provided for you in the form of physical existence, in the form of speech, all the favors I am doing to you, and don't be ungrateful. That is actually understandable. Don't take any other route as you're really taking care of your needs. Everything is provided for me. Can you show anything that tree can be the source of existence of its fruit? Cow can the cow be the source of the existence of its meat, milk, etc.? Can we use your human brain, human intellect? So, if you do this, you will be really not remembering, not acknowledging, not really thinking what is going on, reflecting on what is going on in this world within yourself and outside of yourself. Don't do that, because at the end, I always love the example of school, because the universe is school, so it always matches. Oh, are you disturbed with the background voice? The people are working in the street, so the window is open. Shall I close it? Somebody help me, please. Is it really disturbing or?
Disturbing. It's not disturbing.
All right, I will continue then without interruption. So that's what we understood from this verse, as far as I understand. From the verse, you know that we are trying to understand the Quran in its all impossible meanings as related to my life right now. That is always to be kept in our mind. What we are doing, we are not studying grammar, we are not studying the rhetorical side of the Quran. These are great matters, but not within our interest. Our interest area, how can I benefit from the message of the Quran as related to my practical life right now? Let me see what's going on. Okay. Mohammed says that, inshallah, I don't relate it. It must be only 7 minutes ago. I don't know what is it, inshallah. All right. I'm sorry. It was my mistake. I didn't open it. I don't want to interrupt at least the paragraph I am following. So, okay, next. I'm passing if there is no comment or question. Passing to the next one. Here we go. Let me see what is there. Okay. Nope. I missed. Okay. Okay. 4, verse 4. And how many cities have we destroyed, and our punishment came to them at night or while they are resting at noon? What does it mean? Oh, of course, the word is our, we have destroyed and our punishment came to these people. What does it mean really, the punishment of God? Of course, when we understand punishment in our terms, for example, if I am angry with somebody, if somebody does something wrong, the judge punishes him. The law system or the order of the society punishes him. That's what we understand. And when I am angry or not happy with the situation, I may take revenge and punish by harming this person. Is God or does God do the same? The Creator do the same? Although it is traditionally, conventionally understood that punishment is going to take place in the hereafter, generally speaking. And certain historical scariest or people were also physically punished. That is how it is understood, generally, conventionally, among the Muslim scholars. But some certain exceptional scholars, very rare, also made an interesting point, which is really directly related to me and applicable to my life right now. What is that? Punishment within my human feelings. We always refer to this. Any denial, any ungratefulness is automatically treated with the punishment within myself, unhappiness, being not satisfied with my life, being not satisfied and with my expectations, all my hopes, wishes, expectations are automatically destroyed. As soon as even you see, be brave, sit now and think of yourself as a non-believer in God. Imagine, it is not haram, it is not prohibited. Imagination is allowed. Imagine how, if you were an unbeliever in God, the Creator, and attribute yourself to nature itself, how would you feel it? Be brave and be realistic. Okay, my life is accident. I'm nothing, just another form of matter, but happened to be alive. And I don't know how, but it happened to be self-conscious as well. And this consciousness disturbs me. Why? Why should it disturb? I should just shut him up. shut it up. How? Don't think about the future. But the consciousness is still there, poking into your conscience within yourself. Hey, but you are going to lose everything. Whatever you gain, as soon as you gain it, you will lose it. What is the point? What is the point in living? But I have to enjoy. Yeah, you need to enjoy your existence. But since you are a lump of matter in a different form, at the end, whatever you benefit, as soon as it is gone. And also, at the end of the tunnel, what you see, your whole being will completely gone into non-existence. This always lingers with our consciousness, never leaves us free, alone. I can try to drink, keep myself busy with marijuana or alcohol, or keep busy with business and something to do, meaningless or purposefully, for the purpose of satisfying my bodily needs, but your spirit is still there. Always reminds you, shakes you. As this verse says, our punishment came to them at night. What does it mean? Automatically comes unexpected time. Why? As soon as something happens, you just remember, yeah, I'm getting this. It is good. It gives guarantee. It's an insurance for me. But whatever I have, it is gone into yesterday. Let's make the life time span longer. Everything is in yesterday. As soon as I have it, it comes to you with the reminder within itself that I am perishable, I'll go into past. You cannot never, ever revert past and get it back. You can only take a picture of it and, like a child, cheat yourself with the picture or the video, not the real. You know that. The best example that really easy to experience, as soon as you like something, you chew it, you get the taste, delicious taste. You enjoy it, you smile, gone. Taste is gone. It was a message, you didn't get it, gone. Another time you say, oh, I'll get another one, another chew, or another bite. It's just gone again. So let's say the best example is, as I am eating a beautiful, delicious pear, for example, or mango. I love it. So I love it. I love this. I love this. It's beautiful. It is very delicious. Bite it, gone. Bite it, gone. I really love the mango. Where is it? Gone. Get another one. Get another one. Oh, I am putting weight on. Lots of sugar. So I'm putting weight on. Oh, it's horrible. How can I get rid of this weight? Completely stuck with us, and loss of hope within ourselves, experienced unbearable life. Only through cheating ourselves, we may temporarily try to avoid it. Otherwise, it is always with us in an unexpected time, even while we are resting in the best of our time at noon. This is called kailula. So it means when you are saying, oh, I enjoyed my dinner, as soon as it is gone. Where is it? Gone. So that is why we have to understand the punishment of the Creator, in fact, not an external punishment within ourselves. For example, for a non-believer, death is eternal punishment. For a believer, death is eternal source of existence, happiness. Look at the contradiction. Diametrical, 180-degree diametrical to each other. Both of them are eternal. One of them is non-existence, ending up with non-existence. The other one is ending up with existence. Permanent existence now by the Creator because of this belief. So we understood verse 4 as destroyed. The people, if of course, they did not acknowledge the message of God through all means, especially trying to kill or chase away the messengers, the prophets, or the meaning of the creation. Chase away, reducing the creation, the world, the universe, the existence of the universe to meaningless matter, activities of matter by themselves. No way to explain it, how they act. Impossible to explain. But see that they're acting. You can take these all equations formulated, how they are acting, but what is the source of the existence of this action? No way to explain within the universe. That's why we have to conclude. Whoever has given the existence of these wonderful universe and activities within the universe, he is acting. He must be acting. Okay. Now 5. That is what I understood from verse 4. Okay, 5. Any question, any concern? We will end up with, inshallah, with the 5. And their declaration, when our punishment came to them, was only that they say, indeed, we were wrongdoers. Now, when the punishment came to them, of course, in the hereafter, definitely, must be so. But we are trying to understand it in this world. How can I confirm that this news of the Quran, which says our punishment will come to you consequently, in the hereafter you will see your punishment, the result of your choice, yourself, and your life will be continuing on this result, according to this result. We will study it even more, inshallah, later on. So we acknowledge it that we are wrongdoers. But when we look at the unbelievers, they don't acknowledge that they are wrongdoers. On the contrary, they say the believers are just cheating themselves. We are being realistic. We are basing our understanding on the fact of this world, facts of this world. because they speak about the matter only and attribute everything to matter only. That is their understanding of the fact, the reality, the truth, matter itself. But any human being who uses his mind, his intelligence, the matter itself needs to be given existence. So no one can say that matter is the source of existence of itself and can exist by itself eternally. It is continuously changing according to certain rules. And this change is taking place again according to certain rules. And the matter cannot be the source of the rule which it obeys itself. I create a rule and I obey myself. What does it mean? I am the creator of it. I should make it my slave. So, no. Matter obeys the order of the universe, the laws, the principles of the existence of the universe. So no one can say that the matter is everything, but the human nature says, the way we are created, our own existence, the way we are created, says, when I don't acknowledge the reality of my own existence, I really understand that. Clearly, we understand that I am not getting satisfaction at all. Although I may claim to be happy within the definitions that I made for my being, for my existence. I am an animal. I consist of only body, and everything is, all my feelings also coming from the result of my body actions, especially from brain actions. So my brain is controlling me. If I say I am controlling my brain, I am giving the brain, do this, choose this, think about this, reflect on it, on this. And of course, I find myself in a dilemma. Why? If I am controlling my brain, it means brain exists and something else, which is called I am, exists as well. What is this? It is not matter. How can I explain it? Very fundamental understanding is pointless. They cannot. They say, our brain commands us. But our brain, what? Our brain. So ridiculous. Our brain. Who are you? Impossible to get out of this contradiction. So when we understand, when we take the attitude that I am consisting of matter only, and I can see everything in my life meaningless, pointless, and purposeless. Although I want purpose, although definitely I need meaning for what I am doing. But when it comes to my existence, I say I have no meaning. If one says, I never say that, inshallah. If one says I have no meaning, contradicting himself. This contradiction, it burns within this person. Although it says, no, 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 I shouldn't listen to it. I shouldn't listen to it. I shouldn't listen to it. I shouldn't pay attention to it. Enjoy my life now. I am eating and I have money. I can buy I can buy food for tomorrow as well. I am happy. I am trying to convince myself. Ultimately, it is always with me, always discomforts me without listening to me. Consciousness cannot be killed. Although I may get drunk with various ways, casinos, keeping yourself excited with the plays, video plays, you lose yourself temporarily, not permanently. You cannot do that. Afshan Haq, let me read it. It seems the punishment comes at night or during period of rest when one cannot distract themselves with busyness. Good understanding. I appreciated this, Afshan. Excellent. Thank you very much. When we feel very comfortable, it really hurts us. Yes, I agree. Mashallah. Yeah, I'd like to hear more of this kind of comments. Muhammad Said said, let's see, this understanding of the punishment from within makes the message so relevant here and now, fundamental indeed. Alhamdulillah, that's how I feel. Alhamdulillah. To hear that it is really resonating in you as well, because this is my excitement. Reading the Quran and reflecting on it, how can I relate it to me right now? Although this attitude, let me conclude with this comment, this understanding, this approach does never exclude the traditional, generally known, I'm not saying traditional, all tradition, no, generally known understanding of, for example, here the verse 4 is understood, the people, the certain tribes, certain cities are destroyed physically in the past. Okay, is it wrong? I say nothing, but it's not related to me. Why should I bother? People were destroyed. What should I bother? I say many disbelievers challenging God, writing books, making propagandas, videos. They are not destroyed. I'm not denying what happened in the past, but not now. I haven't seen, or we have never heard any people since this Quran revealed physically and completely destroyed. So it is not related to my period of life. I'm not concerned with it. I cannot say in the past it didn't happen. I have no evidence. Physically punishment. I have no evidence to deny it. Quran says, oh, of course, Quran speaks to me now, and I have to understand the Quran now within my own conditions. That is what we are doing. It doesn't exclude the previous understanding or the generally understood that in the next creation, the punishment will not come, not at all. Never excluded. But in order to confirm that in the next creation, there must be a next creation, and there must be a punishment in the next creation, as I deserve to be punished, or if one deserves to be punished, I cannot say no, because it is the consequence of my own attitude. It must be so. But how can I confirm it? Never forget that, because I haven't lived in the hereafter and came back. How can I confirm this news? of course, inevitably, I have to have the evidence for it. And definitely, evidence must be observable, experiential now. So that I will say, yeah, this promise of the Creator, that if you believe, paradise is waiting for you. If you disbelieve, hell is waiting for you, must be so. If a student, I understand, it is given to me the capacity to understand this. If a student doesn't study, he fails, he cannot get the degree. So simple. And he cannot learn anything because he didn't attend the class, he didn't do his job, his student duty. He didn't do it. He will be remaining as ignorant as ever and graduating with a failure, no degree. It's understandable. So I understand that it will happen definitely in the hereafter because I am experiencing here. Without experiencing here that this is the reality, my reality, I didn't attend the class, I didn't learn anything, I remained as ignorant as I was. Isn't that true? That's what I experience. All my life is this. So if I don't submit my existence and admit that confess that all the generous graces, blessings I have received in this world from a conscious being, and I am thankful because of his service. I'm using this word service deliberately, because they say we are servant God. Abid means servant. Yes, Abid means worshiper, acknowledger. That's what I'm satisfied with. Slave, servant, no. I'm not serving God at all. Why am I servant? I'm just benefiting from his service to me. So deliberately using it. So I acknowledge it. And I say, okay, who is serving me? Who is my Lord, it means. Who is my Lord in this world? Somebody is serving me, definitely. Here I am. I cannot deny it. So who is my Lord? Who is my servant? Serves me. I'm very grateful to him. All the things are provided by him. I acknowledge it. And I am thankful to him. I declare my worship, my gratitude to him. And I say, oh, my Creator, oh, my Lord, oh, my servant, how I would declare my gratitude to you. He says, okay, I'm going to send exemplary teachers who are my messengers. I will give them the instruction. You will receive, because you cannot communicate with me directly. I am the absolute one. You are the created one. So I am going to give the instruction to a certain person. He will deliver it to you and be an example in through his own life. So follow his message, the message he conveys to you from me, of course, originally, God is saying, and his exemplary life. That's why Islamic culture is full of this word. The Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet. Not, be careful, Sunnah. I didn't say Hadith, Sunnah. Hadith is to be interpreted. Depends on expertise. So I'm not the expertise. I listen to the experts of the Hadith narrators or the Hadith scholars. It needs expertise. But as a result, what I receive from these scholars, the tradition of the prophetic life is the application of God's will. How can I present my worshipful attitude, responding back to him as a response to his service to me, as my Lord, as my owner, as my helper. I receive every great benefit from him with one condition: to acknowledge him and respond back to him in gratefulness, thankfulness. That is the gist of our duty in this world, inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum. I think I should stop. Oh, the time is really late. Okay. Any comment? Anything you would like to say, share? Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين بحرمة سر سورة